Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while and I'm finally getting the time to do it, so here we are. Today we're going to be talking about consent, something that is really important and I learned a lot about in a class I previously took this last semester in college, and I learned all this information that was really helpful for me, so I wanted to give it to you. I wanted this to be a big sis talk, so I got my cozy loungewear on, and of course I've got Aki here with me. So without further ado, let's get started. So first things first, I wanted to look up the Google definition, and I have it right here. Consent. Permission for something to happen or agreement to do something. What that means is what's mine is mine and should not be confused as yours. Consent is mainly attached to sex. I know me personally, I learned about consent first in my sex ed class freshman year of high school when I was 14. But I also wanted to go into a broader view of consent so that it helps you picture it more and understand that you do it more often than you think about. First things first, let's talk about sex. As you know, before you engage in any type of contact with somebody, you have to ask for consent. Even something as little as a hug, you need to ask for consent. Why? Because not everybody likes hugs. This applies to many areas such as kissing, holding hands, doing any type of intimate touching. Above all, consent needs to be asked for before you can engage in any type of contact with another human being. When thinking about if you need consent from somebody, I do think it is helpful for you to just ask these 3 questions. I modeled them after a tea video that was shown to me in my sex ed class at 14. And I still think about that video, so I think it's helpful for me to link it down below. So if you're interested in what the tea video is, it'll be there for your viewing. Going back to our example from earlier, hugging. Can you hug somebody when they're sleeping? Not without consent. Can you hug somebody if they're under the influence of any kind? I would not do that because under the influence means you are not in your right mind to give consent or take away consent that you would or would not do if you weren't under the influence. Can you hug someone if they haven't said no? Now this one could be tricky for some people. Just because you have the absence of no does not mean you have the guarantee of yes. If somebody isn't saying no, but they aren't saying yes, I would personally suggest that you drop it. You never know what's going on in somebody's head. Maybe they aren't confident enough to say no. Maybe they're worried about what will happen if they say no. You just don't want to make somebody uncomfortable, especially if you're trying to give somebody a hug. If you're giving somebody a hug, it means you care about them. So show that you really care and stop asking. Let them come to you if they will come to you, and if not, then that's just that. The biggest rule that I want you to walk away with, if you don't walk away with anything else, I want you to walk away with this. Using the hug example, even if you hugged somebody before, that does not mean that you are automatically able to give them a hug whenever you want to. Maybe they liked a hug then, but they would not like a hug now. For example, if you hugged them when you were excited for them or happy for them, that makes sense. But if they're going through a hard time and they really just want to be left alone, they probably don't want a hug. So you should not force that on them or think that you're doing something good when you can actually be doing something bad. Outside of hugging, there's also, again, it's tied to sex, with relationships, with kissing, hand holding, intimate touching. Consent is key and we do it in our everyday lives, outside of sex as well. Think about it. If you're at your friend's house and you didn't bring a jacket, but it's raining outside, you're gonna ask them for a jacket. You're asking for consent to go through their closet to get a jacket, right? Consent is very simple. It's easier than you think, but it can be hard for some people to just have that initiative in them. Consent is a practice and should not be abused. You should not expect somebody to do something you want just because you ask for it. Consent is a two-way street. Just because you ask for it does not mean you will get it, and that does not give you the privilege to make somebody feel bad for saying no to you. No is a full sentence. Respect that. Unfortunately, in this world, there are some people who do not understand that no is a full sentence, so they will try to ask you again, and you might start to doubt yourself. I want you to catch yourself in those thoughts and really understand they're asking you for something they want, not that you want. I want to say this again. They are asking you for something that they want, not that you want. You and your own body, your own person, are capable of doing whatever you feel comfortable with. You should not be forced to do anything that you are not comfortable with. Even if you think that giving in to this person will satisfy them and they won't do this ever again, think about the long run. Somebody gets something they want, they're gonna come back to it. Think about amusement parks. They're always in business because people like their rides. They got on the ride once, loved it, came back, keep on coming back. They're not going to stop just because the ride's broken one day. They're going to keep on coming to see if that ride's still working, right? I hope that makes sense. I am a very analogy person. That's just who I am. Like, if somebody asks you for something and you feel uncomfortable, but you find the courage to say no, first of all, congratulate yourself. Saying no can be scary, especially if you don't find yourself in a good situation. Taking that first step to stand up for yourself goes a long way, even if it doesn't seem like it. But if that person is pestering you, for example, if a partner, someone who's really close to you, is asking you for something specific and you're not comfortable with it and you say no, but they keep on asking you, one thing I learned in my class is to be ready for what that person might say to you. Like, what happens after that no? What if they keep on pestering you? What will you say? If somebody is still questioning you for something that they want after you have firmly said no, I have some examples of stuff that you could say. I only have 2, that's all I can think about, but feel free to let me know some more in the comments. This is just some stuff that you could say to get your point across further. I've told you before, I do not want to do that. Please respect my boundaries and accept that I will not do that. 1. 2. I'm uncomfortable with how much you are asking me to do this. Please stop or I will leave. That's just 2, but I hope that they're enough to at least get started. I also want you to remember this is a case-by-case basis. I know I'm referring a lot to partners and people that you care about. Some things may work better with a partner than a stranger and vice versa, especially too if you identify with certain groups. Being a woman, for example, no is not always an easy out, and you have to strategize a lot, which is unfortunate, but it's true. I'm not saying any of this to scare you. My grandma's always told me to be alert, don't be afraid, and this is what I'm trying to do for you. I'm constantly looking down because I wrote a lot of notes on this that I wanted to get across. So I wanted to read something that I wrote that I thought really encapsulated what I was thinking when I wanted to finish this video up. Finally, if someone tries to make you feel bad, threatens you, or makes you suffer consequences for not listening to them, that is a reflection of them, not you. You do not owe anybody a single thing, and if someone feels entitled to you in any way, run. I know there's not always an easy out, but just know that there are always options. Even if you feel so helpless, so cornered, so stuck, there's always a way out. It will show itself whether you wanted to or not. There was always an out for your situation. There was always a brighter day to be had. You are powerful, you're in control, this is your life. You can live it however the heck you want. Nobody, and I mean nobody, has power over you. You have the power. You are strong and you are capable. This video is trying to be more serious than I thought it was gonna be, and sorry for that, but this is really good information that I wanted to get out there, and I found it really impactful for myself, so I just wanted to make sure I got it out for you. Yeah, I didn't mean for this to be so serious, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. If you liked this type of video, serious or not, then let me know in the comments down below, and any type of information that you can share on consent or learning how to say no, more ways to instill your no, please comment down below. More things to say, resources, anything that you found helpful in your journey, in your path. And yeah, this is a community effort, so let's be community and make the effort. Thank you so much for watching. If you got to this part, you get an Aki cameo. It's my son. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.